it's quite baffling to believe that they seem to be knocking this out of the park when at the beginning they had that fucking disaster of an initial character design for Sonic. The whole ugly Sonic thing. It's just like, how the fuck did you go from making a mistake like that to actually doing a really good job with this? Like, it's just, I feel like you just have some really smart people who can really adapt to the situation and know what the fans want, and they know how to like pacify them. And it's like you rarely see that kind of competence in Hollywood these days, I feel like. You know what I'm looking forward to the most? Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I think it actually looks pretty sweet. Keanu Reeves, fucking banger choice for Shadow. It looks like the trailer was quite good. It looks like it's doing everything right. Just about everything right. I mean, it's within the framework that it's already established. I mean, the overall, like from the beginning, it's overall not what I wanted completely from a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Like when I saw the first Sonic movie, I was like, it's like Sonic's heavily integrated into the human world, where it feels like we're paying a lot of attention to the human characters, and I don't care. But like Sonic's there, and that's cool, but it's just, it feels like he took more of a back seat to like the human stuff. And even if it was like 50-50, like human stuff and hedgehog stuff, the human stuff is just lacks, it just lacks any sort of real chemistry or feeling. But I liked Sonic's arc throughout that movie. I thought that worked really well. And I like the idea of like him, he sort of like falls out of Green Hill Zone, and then he's just in this human world, and his arc is like finding a home, basically. He feels it's like a fish out of water, and then he finds a home in this new world with people that actually care about him. And that was a nice arc to see. I wasn't blown away by it, but I was like, it surprised me with how it was at least okay. I thought I wouldn't like it at all. I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. Well, not the first movie, I wouldn't say was pretty cool. I would say it was okay. And then I saw the second one, and the second one really surprised me, because I thought the incorporation of Tails was really well done. I like the voice act. The whole voice cast is like really well chosen. Like Ben Schwartz doing Sonic. I think it's a girl doing Tails' voice. I can't remember her name. She's really good as Tails, I think. Maybe it's a guy. I can't remember, honestly. And then Idris Elba as Knuckles. Great. And then in the third one, obviously, Keanu Reeves as Shadow. It's just like, fuck, man. Like, whoever's doing the casting for these, like, knows, they know how to do this. Like, this is, like it's, like, well done, you know? And, I think Sonic 2 had more of a focus on, like, the Sonic the Hedgehog characters, which I really appreciated. And there was a real functional through line with like them getting the Chaos Emeralds and then having the boss fight at the end, and then Super Sonic appears at the end. Like that, I thought that all worked really well. And they're all the comedic writing is like, it's actually quite funny. At the very least, I'll like have a smile on my face watching most scenes, where like I won't necessarily laugh out loud or even laugh through my nose, but like I'm consistently amused by the writing, and it's fairly well done. And then I saw this trailer for Sonic 3. I'm just like, fuck, this looks cool, man. It looks like they're really leaning into like the Sonic world, like those characters. Like it feels like now finally the human sort of real world aspect is taking the backseat. And now it's about Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and now Shadow. And then you have like Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik, and it looks like they're doing largely the Sonic Adventure 2 story with the space colony arc and everything. And it looks, the execution of Shadow looks impressive. I mean, it's quite baffling to believe that they seem to be knocking this out of the park when at the beginning they had that fucking disaster of an initial character design for Sonic. The whole ugly Sonic thing. It's just like, how the fuck did you go from making a mistake like that to actually doing a really good job with this? Like, it's just, I feel like you just have some really smart people who can really adapt to the situation and know what the fans want. And they know how to like pacify them. And it's like you rarely see that kind of competence in Hollywood these days, I feel like. So that director, Jeff Fowler, I think his name is, he's just, I feel like he's got a really strong handle on these movies. So yeah, I'm Sonic 3 is like my big thing this year for like movies to go see. So I'm excited about that. Big problem is that it seems like the majority of the people who are making video game movie adaptations is that they aren't gamers. They don't play the games or respect the source material at all. That's true. Yeah, you need somebody at the helm who actually understands this shit. I agree. I think Jeff Fowler with the Sonic movies, he actually gets it. He understands the games, he understands what the fans want, he understands the characters. Even though the movies are not like the games, he understands the important stuff like characters and what the fans want, basically, essentially, from a Sonic movie. At least when people adapt novels, they will actually base the script off of the book, but with games, it seems like sometimes they don't even try, like with the Halo TV show. Oh yeah, the Halo TV show was just a fucking... What were they thinking? You know, they had like a near perfect blueprint laid out with the games, and they just deliberately didn't want to follow it, and they wanted to do their own thing. And it's just like, why would you do that? You've got the Halo IP. Do Halo. Do the shit that people recognize, that people want. That was just so stupidly handled. And now it's canceled. Like, well done. You could have had a third season if you had just done this right.